I want you all to remember the following numbers: 1 and 5. Remember that as I tell you my story. From a young age, I've been exposed to mental illness and substance use disorder because of my uncle. As I grew older, I noticed and started to understand that my family treated him differently. My parents wouldn't use the words mentally ill or alcoholic, but I knew that they wanted to label him as such. They would give him clothes, boots for the winter, and money for his medication, but eventually they gave up on him. They lost faith and started to use those words that I thought they wouldn't use ever again. But I felt that that was wrong because they weren't being sensitive to his mental illness. In college, I began taking courses that would help me approach situations and advocate for people with mental illnesses. I even took a course called Understanding Mental Illness, so I thought I'd be prepared when approached with these situations. I also work as a nurse's aide and am approached with these situations at work all the time. In those situations, I know what I'm walking into, and I'm prepped and ready for those times. A few weeks ago, I went to Boston Medical Center. I was unfamiliar with the facility, and I was unfamiliar with that part of Boston, so I had no idea where I was going. I eventually asked for help, which was happily greeted with the security guard directing me to the registration desk. I was lost in my own world when I approached the desk, listening to whatever song I was obsessed with that week, and I just wasn't paying attention. Eventually, the woman at the desk waved me over, and I walked up, took my headphones out, and started to register. To my left, I noticed a man arguing with the woman behind the desk, asking for help. But eventually, the woman turned him away, and he walked away. For a moment, I just kind of didn't understand what was going on. Then the woman started to talk behind the desk and judge him for a supposed mental illness that he had. Once I was done, I walked away, asking myself, why would the woman act like that? Why would people judge someone for something that they couldn't see? I walked away and didn't do anything. I thought I wanted to advocate for people that had mental illnesses, accept them with open arms, and I wanted to show that they were a person and not their mental illness. But I stood there and did nothing. I averted my gaze, I shifted uncomfortably, and I did what society taught us to do. We don't accept the fact that people have mental illnesses, even the ones that we can't see. But the ones that we can see, we cross the street when we feel uncomfortable. It makes us turn up the music in our headphones and drown out the out-of-ordinary conversations. Since I did nothing that day, I know I have a lot to learn, and I still have a passion to advocate for those with mental illnesses. But that day did make me remember that 1 in 5 people have a mental illness. It's not 1 in 5 people are their mental illness.